Right now on CBS 12 News this morning, President Trump's term is coming to an end. What we can expect as he makes his way here to Palm Beach. Plus, the Biden agenda preview of what we can expect to see from the new administration after the oath is administered. And let's not forget the celebration of it all. Garth Brooks, Gaga, Bruce Springsteen, and Bon Jovi. We're going to tell you about the star power of the inauguration.
It's a new day. This is CBS 12 News This Morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm Matt Lincoln.
I'm Ashley Glass. We have the latest on today's news, weather, traffic. We want to begin with the weather from meteorologist Lauren Oleski because it's a seat warmer kind of day if you're me and Lauren, or you can be the Matt type.
Window down, roll it down.
We don't understand Matt.
I don't.
Right?
Hey,
roll your windows down.
When you get in the car at 3 in the morning, you need something to wake you up.
Coffee works.
Coffee will do that for me. I prefer things that are hot or a very high seat warmer. Storm track radar right now is dry. I hope everyone's having a nice start to their Tuesday. I'm in for Chris. He'll be back tomorrow. It's 11 degrees colder right now in Fort Pierce than it was yesterday at this time. Everyone's waking up to colder temperatures. 39 degrees in Indiantown, Okeechobee are at 43, 41 in Belle Glade, 51 in Boynton Beach, 54 in Delray Beach and Boca. West Palm's at 53, 49 in Jupiter, 50 in Stewart, 45 in Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce you're at 44, and it's 46 in Vero. It's cold everywhere. Wellington, you're at 50 degrees right now. Clear skies out there for the morning too, but we are going to see a warming trend as we move through the remainder of our week. We'll talk more about the rest of your day ahead though in my next update. Right now though, it's time for traffic. Here's Sam.
Thanks, Lauren. 6:01 on your Tuesday morning, and this is the first full day of this road closure in Jupiter, so I want to remind you about it here. Tony Penna Drive shut down at Dixie Highway until January 28th, so for about a week and a half while Brightline does some construction on the railroad crossing in the area. Detour signs are in place for you. You take Military Trail or alternate A1A north to Indiantown Road to work around that closure. As you make your way up to the Jupiter area this morning, I-95 between West Palm Beach and Jupiter is running smoothly, right around 70 miles an hour between Okeechobee Boulevard and Indiantown Road. That drive takes you just about 15 minutes in either direction. We'll check in on your drive along the Treasure Coast coming up in my next update. Matt and Ashley.
It's 6:02 now. I want to take a live look from Capitol Hill this morning. About 24 hours, President-elect Joe Biden will be sworn in as the 46th President of the United States. And Kamala Harris will become the first Black and Asian American woman to be vice president.
We have team coverage of the big week. Our Kara Duffy will lay out what pomp and circumstance we can expect for Inauguration
Yeah,
Day.
but first our Andrew Lafon joins us live near Mar-a-Lago, where President Trump is set to arrive tomorrow. Andrew?
President Trump plans to make Mar-a-Lago across the water here his permanent home. Now, the town of Palm Beach really split on whether they're excited about that prospect. Some people want the town to enforce a near 30-year-old rule that bans anyone from staying at Mar-a-Lago for more than 3 weeks in a calendar year, but others are excited about the prospect.
Just another mansion on Billionaires Row on South Ocean Avenue. It was move-in day at Mar-a-Lago Monday.
I think it's great. I think it's his home. I think he should be welcomed back with open arms.
For the good of the town, the way that it diverts traffic every time he comes to town, it's just painful for every resident, anyone who's visiting. It doesn't make Palm Beach a better place when he's here.
After buying the compound in the 80s and turning it into a social club in the 90s, Donald Trump agreed to not let members stay there for more than 3 weeks per year. The rule still stands today.
His lawyer even testified before the town council to promise that Donald Trump would not be living at Mar-a-Lago.
If Trump decides to sue, which he has before to keep this flagpole, local state attorney Dave Ehrenberg expects the two sides to come to terms.
I think that at the end of the day, both parties will settle and they'll enter into some negotiation. I don't know what that would look like, but I think the prospect of years of litigation is probably not appealing to the town of Palm Beach.
Now, the town council will be discussing this at their meeting next month. And then good news for that traffic gridlock. After Wednesday, the usual road closures, shortly after Wednesday, they're not expected to take effect. Back to you.
Andrew Laughlin will report for us right near Mar-a-Lago. Andrew, thank you very much.
Things are going to change, at least for the short term, as the president settles in. Well, we want to move to our next story here. Today is President Trump's final full day in office. He's expected to release a video farewell message before moving out of the White House. First Lady Melania Trump already tweeted a goodbye message where she talked about the importance of kindness. President Trump's also expected to pardon about 100 people during his final hours in office. He reviewed the list with White House aides reportedly, who urged him not to pardon anyone involved with the Capitol riots.
And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is expected to send the House's impeachment article to the Senate this week. Democrats are pushing to start the impeachment trial as soon as possible. President Trump has not chosen an impeachment defense team yet. 2/3 of Senate members would need to vote to convict the president. That means 17 Republican senators would have to cross party lines.
As we've been reporting, U.S. Capitol is heavily secured ahead of tomorrow. 25,000 troops are on the ground, along with local police and the FBI. All 50 state capitals are also on high alert. Our governor, Ron DeSantis, activated the Florida National Guard over the weekend in Tallahassee, directing troops to work with local and state police. The troops will be on standby all week long.
And Martin County deputies are in Washington, D.C. to help with security during the inauguration. It's the second time deputies will attend an inauguration. Sheriff William Snyder says it's a trip they've been planning for months and has nothing to do with the storming at the U.S. Capitol. And 50 Miami police officers left yesterday for Washington, D.C. to help with the security as well, along with an additional 45 Miami-Dade officers who left over the weekend.
President-elect Joe Biden plans to sign about a dozen executive orders on his very first day in office. Some big proposals: an immigration bill that aims to provide an 8-year path to citizenship for about 11 million people without legal status. He also plans to revoke the travel ban on Muslim countries. On the pandemic angle, he wants to stop evictions and student loan payments and mandate masks on federal property. As for legislation, the goal is to send a nearly $2 trillion pandemic relief bill to Congress.
We're used to seeing tens of thousands of people pack the Washington Mall for Election Day, but of course, tomorrow's inauguration will look a lot different.
It has to. There's a pandemic to consider, unprecedented security, but as Kara Duffy is here to tell us, there will be tradition and star power too, Kara.
That's right, Matt. Ashley, just imagine what a daunting task it was to plan this inauguration. Even before the uprising in D.C., organizers, as you mentioned, dealing with adjusting for a global pandemic while maintaining all the dignity and traditions the American people know so well and look forward to. So what will it look like? We know President-elect Joe Biden will still take the oath on the west front of the Capitol, the same spot presidents have been getting sworn in for the past 40 years. One key difference, though, you guessed it, a lot less people. Only about 200 will be on the platform with him, usually shoulder to shoulder. The rest will be seated on the lawn below. President-elect Biden's big day also bringing out some big names and performers. Lady Gaga will be singing the national anthem. Jennifer Lopez and Garth Brooks also performing. Fast forward to the evening, a televised primetime special hosted by Tom Hanks, featuring remarks from the new president and vice president, along with performances by John Bon Jovi, Foo Fighters, Bruce Springsteen, and Justin Timberlake, just to name a few. That starts at 8:30 tonight. You can, tomorrow night. You can catch it right there on CBS 12 News. Matt, Ashley,
Gaga and J-Lo alone.
Big list.
It's some
and Garth
serious
Brooks.
Star power.
And Garth Brooks.
In high places. Look at that.
Friends in Low Places might have been a song about D.C. CBS 12 News will have live Inauguration Day coverage from Washington, D.C. tomorrow. You can also watch us live from our website, cbs12.com, and our app, CBS 12 News. Let's check back in with Lauren.
It's a nice day out there for us. I hope everyone's having a nice start to their Tuesday. It's also a little chillier across the area. A lot of us waking up in the 40s. We're at 50 degrees in Wellington, but Belle Glade, you're down to 41 right now, 43 in Okeechobee, 46 in Vero. Fort Pierce is at 44, 45 in Port St. Lucie. Indiantown's at 39. It's chilly, 49 in Jupiter, 50 in Stewart, 53 in West Palm, Boynton at 51, 54 in Delray Beach and Boca. Jupiter, here's your hour by hour for the rest of the day. Your high temperatures are headed towards right around the low 70s. Everyone today is going to the low to mid 70s, and winds will come in more out of the northeast for the later portion of the day. Wind speeds, not too bad, 5 to 10 miles per hour. So a very light breeze out there on this Tuesday afternoon. Here's a look at the highs for everyone. We might get closer to about 74 if you live further south in Palm Beach County. Belle Glade, Boca, you might hit about 73 or 74 degrees this afternoon. It could be about a little closer to that 70-degree mark in Vero. A slight bump in those temperatures heading into your Wednesday, low 70s, maybe closer to that 75-degree mark down in southern Palm Beach County. We're dealing with a warming trend over the next few days. Skies today looking nice and clear, nice and dry. We might just see a few more clouds moving on shore later into the afternoon. Let's send it over to Traffic Jam. Sam, she's got another check on that drive.
Thanks, Lauren. I do have an on-time traffic alert in Boynton Beach right now. We've got a vehicle fire on the I-95 northbound entrance ramp here at Woolburn Woolbright Road. So this is in Boynton Beach. If you're trying to head north on the interstate, you won't be able to get on at Woolbright Road, but you can easily detour here and take Congress Avenue or Seacrest Boulevard north to Boynton Beach Boulevard, and that's where you can enter I-95 this morning. I will keep you updated on that, and we'll check back in just a couple of minutes. If you're heading up along the Treasure Coast, we're in great shape on I-95 so far this morning between West Palm Beach and Port St. Lucie. No crashes or delays. That drive takes you about 40 minutes. Traffic Tracker 12 is keeping an eye on our drive in Palm Beach County this morning. This is a look for you on North Lake Boulevard, making our way west right now through the Palm Beach Gardens area. Not tracking any issues out there on our side streets. Matt and Ashley.
Sam, thank you. Next on CBS 12 News this morning, second dose delays, why some South Floridians are overdue for their COVID booster shot, and why that concerns some health officials across the state.
Plus, help to get the COVID vaccine in moments, how Grassroots Movement is making sure seniors get the shot. Keep it on CBS 12 News this morning, the 1-2 turn to.